Hey y'all want another shitty rant where I go on about random shit that means something to me and it makes very little coherent sense, but at the same time, it's still pretty important and I try my best to make it make sense. Also, I'm kind of using these blogs now to kind of more talk about more social issues, so, or at least my opinion on them. So, one of them, which I feel very strongly about, because again, in the news lately, there's been a lot of talk about arming teachers with guns. There's also like all the protests, and walkouts from teachers in West Virginia right now. And honestly, good for those teachers. Like, I 100% stand by them because the way teachers are treated right now is shitty. And I'm saying this from somebody who went to one of the top schools in their county, and there were still some really shitty students who treated our teachers really shitty. And one of my teachers had, like, a few of my teachers had summer jobs. Like, it was sad. And one of my teachers, I will never forget this. And on one hand, I feel bad for this, but on the other hand, she was a total bitch, so I don't feel bad. Also, I'm taking my glass off because the glare is annoying the shit out of me. But, like, one of my teachers set up, like, a little shop where it's, like, if you didn't have, like, a certain supply, like, you didn't have, like, pencils, pens, you needed, like, paper clips or something, then you would pay, like, a bit of money, like, say, like, $1, like, 50 cents. Like, it wasn't a lot, but it was enough to kind of, like, piss me off because I was, like, pretty sure this is low-key illegal to make your students, like, pay for supplies in your own fucking classroom when, especially if they return it, you should just be able to be like, oh, well, either ask a student or you can borrow something from me as long as you return it. And you can even hold something fucking hostage. I've had teachers who would hold, like, someone's phone hostage or their student ID hostage while the student borrowed something from them. And so it'd basically be kind of like, if the student took whatever they were borrowing, then the teacher would have, like, their phone or their student ID, and they'd be screwed over. And it'd be like, well, was it stealing worth it? Like, that kind of thing is one thing I'm like, standing behind. But I'm also saying this, but, like, remember, as I said earlier, I went to one of the top school, like, a really high school, like, a really good school for my county, which already is, like, a pretty good county. Like, again, I don't want to give too much information about where I live, but it definitely is a good county with good schools, and it was one of those places where, like, if you didn't go to college, people would look down on you and think you were stupid, even though you don't need to go to college, which is why I went to college for a few years and dropped out and realized it was shitty and yeah, all that stuff. I mean, no, teachers get underpaid, like, get fucking underpaid to deal with shitty kids, because especially for middle and high school teachers, they have to deal with shitty kids going through, like, fucking puberty and hormones and, like, just the shittiest time in a kid's life. Like, I know a lot of people like to say that high school is, like, the best days of your life. It's not. It's not, alright? Like, that and middle school are probably the worst times in your life. Those are, like, 2 times where, like, sometimes I think to myself, I kind of miss this, but I don't miss the school aspect. I miss some of my friends. I miss my time in drama. Like, I miss some of those kind of things. I miss going to, like, the shopping center nearby the school after school and just kind of hanging out there with some people. Fuck, god damn it. Sorry, something got my eye out of nowhere. But seriously though, like, high schoolers, middle schoolers, even some elementary school kids are fucking shitty as fuck. And, like, teachers have to go through so much schooling, about as much schooling, I would say, as, like, a dentist, a doctor, like, an eye doctor, whatever. Like, they have to go through a lot of schooling, and then not even get paid even close to that. And that's the shittiest thing I've ever heard. So I 100% stand by those teachers in West Virginia for getting a higher raise. And I won't blame teachers at other places that try to do the same thing. Because, like, the reason we're low on teachers is because who wants to be a teacher? The pay is shit. Just, like, you're gonna have to deal with shitty-ass kids who don't even listen to you half the time. You're gonna have to spend long hours, like, long unpaid hours, making tests, grading papers, doing all the school material, And then on the topic of wanting to give teachers guns, then you might have to go through gun training, which at this point, like, I wouldn't be surprised that if we actually did go through with the whole teachers giving teachers guns, that that a teacher would fucking shoot a child. I would not be surprised. All right, I've seen teachers have fucking breakdowns because of students. I would not be surprised one bit if one of those teachers got so fed up with the student they fucking shot them. I would not be surprised. Like, giving a teacher a gun with how underpaid they are and with how overworked they are, you're bound to have a school shooting caused by a teacher who is fed up with all this bullshit. And especially since a lot of places are short on teachers and want teachers, you're gonna get some shitty teachers, alright? I've had some shitty teachers. I had one teacher that was so against kind of like free speech and whatnot, like, you couldn't have any other opinion but her opinion, or else you were wrong. One would be a drama teacher, which is all about expressing yourself in theater and how you portray the script, unless they give you something specific, which, especially for middle school drama, they don't most of the time. Most of it's fucking improv and shit. But like I would, like, her and my, like, chemistry teacher, who was a piece of shit, and he had probably the lowest failing, he had, like, the lowest class average in my school. I am 95% sure of this. Like, give those two people guns, and, like, they would probably at least snap at some point. Like, that is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Like, maybe if you pay teachers higher, maybe if you at least supply a bit more school supplies, then maybe you can think about it. But until then, don't. Just pay teachers higher. Don't fucking bother with goddamn giving them guns. Like, pay them higher, like, treat them, like, give them fucking benefits, because they work way too hard for no benefits. Like, I know in my line of work, I work like long hours with no benefits, but at the same time, I don't deal with nearly as much as teachers do. Like, when I leave work, alright? Like, I don't gotta do more work outside of work, alright? Unless I want to fucking do some studying on recipes, but that's not required of me. So, yeah, that's my whole take on all of this. If you're a teacher, yeah, no, definitely protest for higher wages, because you fucking deserve them. And if you do that shit, I will 100% stand behind you, because as of right now, we have a problem with underpaying a lot of people. Like, the job market has not kept up with rising prices of everything. So I'm 100% beside people who decide to say, I don't get paid enough for this bullshit. I deserve more. Like, I stand behind you, fam. I understand that feeling. I completely understand. And that's literally all I wanted to talk about today for this vlog. Yeah. I have nothing else to say about this. Bye!